Well, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, everyone.
We're not sure how many people can hear us or see us. We're having a little trouble with Facebook this evening.
Yes,
not
I
sure
can't.
why.
I can't seem to get a stream on Facebook tonight. So
We're
I see
asking
that
you to join us on YouTube.
we
Yes,
are
indeed.
seeing people on YouTube, so that's great. Yeah, I don't know what happened on Facebook tonight. There was something odd in the setting up, and so I've just put a note on the Facebook event, hopefully directing some folks over to. Oh, just a sec. Let me just see if anybody's. No, I think it's not working. All right. Well, we do have our YouTube stream, so we're going to hope that folks will find us there. And actually, Dwight, you just want to just chat with folks for a sec while I go and just put that information on a couple other spots.
Tell a
here.
few jokes.
No.
Yeah. Hey, folks. Hey, we are here at our end of summer. Goodbye Summer show is now. Don't get too concerned because the official end of summer is actually next week.
Yes.
But there's another event that we wanted to acknowledge. So we thought, hey, you know what? By the time you get to about the middle of the month, it's kind of not that we want to leave summer behind, but it's okay to say, you know, you're starting to. Everybody's back in school. People are back to work.
And
So
if you like sweater weather, like I do,
Yeah.
this is actually not a bad time of year. Okay, so I'm almost
So we're going to
done
play
here.
a bunch of songs that are sort of, some have direct hits on the theme of Goodbye Summer, and some just indirectly, but I'm sure you'll find it to be quite an interesting array of tunes for you this evening.
Almost there. I'm almost
Sue's
there.
just kind of working her magic here.
You know what? Your computer just feels like it is so slow when you're trying to rush, or mine does anyway. And
So folks, tell us what your plans are for the autumn. If we're talking goodbye summer, autumn is coming up. Let us know what you're thinking about doing, and we'll see who has the best autumn.
I'm almost there. I'm almost
Autumn.
there. Oh, my computer is just giving me action. All right,
Let's get into some
let's do the
music.
first song, and then
Let's
I
go.
will attempt to remedy
We are
that.
going to thrill you.
Okay. Well, we're gonna. Wasn't this summer a thrill? Yeah. Pretty fun summer.
Say life's hard and then you die. Don't let it punch you in the eye. You gotta laugh, ain't no use to cry, 'cause crying's just a losing game. For every bad there's many a good. Just depends on how you look. You're the chef, you're the cook. I hear that little voice say, wasn't that a thrill? Life's just a game. Don't take it hard and you'll stay sane. Go for the ride, be glad you came, and make every single moment count. Now if you're lucky, you get 15 of fame. People stop you, remember your name. Enjoy the spotlight, it ain't no shame. Take it while it's yours to hold. Well, if you're not, then join the crowd. A living in fear, dying in doubt. A lifetime circus, a jester's bout. Sitting in the very front row, wasn't that a thrill? Life's just a game. Don't take it hard and you'll stay sane. Go for the ride, be glad you came, and make every single moment count. Well, here's the purpose of this little song. Life is short, you ain't got too long, so make it count, you won't go wrong. The choice is often in your hands. As you look back from your rocking chair, few more wrinkles, some graying hair. Look back on life without a care. Remember, you just gotta say, wasn't that a thrill? life's just a game. Don't take it hard and you'll stay sane. Go for the ride, be glad you came, and make every single wasn't that a thrill. Life's just a game. Don't take it hard and you'll stay sane. Go for the ride, be glad you came, and make every single moment count. Na 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 na. Everyone, na 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 na, and make every single wasn't that a thrill. Na 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 na. And make every single moment count. And make every single moment count. And make every single moment count. Yes, wasn't that summer a thrill? Isn't life a thrill, for sure.
It's when it says a few more wrinkles and gray in hair. This little feed issue is just giving me more of those.
Just adding to the...
So I cannot see anyone. Let me see if I can get over to
YouTube.
Okay, I can see YouTube now. For a minute I couldn't see either. So whew, I'm so glad that some of you have switched over to YouTube. We have joining us from Bowen Island, BC. We have Martin and Kirsten first in. We have Mickey and Mark, who are enjoying BLT sandwiches fresh from their Minnesota garden. Ooh, that sounds good.
And beefsteak tomatoes.
And we've got Kim and Peter, hello, and hugs from Belleville, Ontario. We've got Jan tuning in from Tennessee, and Lauren tuning in from Scarborough. And a few people moving over from Facebook because they couldn't get on there. Not sure what happened. We've got Lucia tuning in from Stouffville. And we've got... Waterfront Wendy tuning in. She chased us over here from Facebook. I'm so glad that you guys followed the trail to YouTube. We've got Sibs tuning in tonight. We have Phyllis from here in Toronto and Christine tuning in. Oh, she got in her pool today. So that's pretty nice.
That's nice.
And we have Gail, our Toronto Gail tuning in, and Earl from Kansas.
How you doing,
and we have we've got Nancy tuning in from Wisconsin. Oh,
Hey,
this
Nancy.
is great. All these folks who've tracked us down on YouTube. That's wonderful. And we have Charles tuning in from Bonnie, Scotland, and Sandra chilling literally here in Toronto. Does
So I'm
feel
not
kind of
sure.
cool after the hot spell we had.
So just a little warning, the Charles usually opens the bar on Facebook. We're not quite sure
Not
how the bar
sure.
service will translate here on YouTube, but
Everybody might be on their own for
yeah,
drinks
you may be
tonight.
on the wagon for the next 56 minutes.
And we have Ellen tuning in tonight, and KB. I'm not sure who KB is. Oh, from Washington. That would be
I know, Kim.
Kim from
you doing,
Washington.
Kim?
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. And I'm pretty sure that Dennis and Renata are tuning in on YouTube, as are probably Kathy and Mary Ann. And Ron usually tunes in on YouTube. And who am I forgetting? I'm sure I'm forgetting someone in all the
Melissa and her mom.
kerfuffle. All right. But we are going to continue on with a song that Dwight wrote. It's called New Day. But I felt it fit in well because of the new season that's coming around soon. So here we go.
Sorry, I'm going to ask you to tune if you've got a bad note.
Which one have I got bad?
It's one of your high ones.
One of my high ones?
That sounds all flat.
Is that one? I did
Yeah,
too.
those are your low notes.
No, what am I doing? I'm even. Oh, this is embarrassing. Oh, yeah, okay, it's that one. I think. full moon or something tonight?
Sure. Professional entertainment. Here we are tuning. We're a little rattled by the Facebook.
I think
Robin.
so. Yeah, it's.
Go all the way down and get your. There you go. There we go.
Oh, there.
Sometimes you just have to.
I don't know what happened.
They pull off the bandage on these things.
All
Here we go.
right. Here we go.
Big deep breaths. And 3, 4.
The sun is rising. Open up your eyes. It's a new day. Sooner than later you'll realize
All the things you thought would be true
will someday come back to you. And all the love that you gave away will come back to you to stay. What you give is what you get. You ain't seen the half of it yet. A world of happiness awaits you. Dawn is breaking, wipe away your tears. It's a new day. It's your time now, so take a look in the mirror. All the things that were said aren't true. No one can hold a candle to you. And the smile that was yours each day will come back to you to stay. What you give is what you get. You ain't seen the half of it yet. A world of happiness awaits you. What you give is what you get. You ain't seen the half of it yet. A world of happiness awaits you. It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day. The sun is rising, open up your eyes. It's a new day.
Well, I just peeked over at the Sue's monitor, and it appears the bar is open, which makes me wonder whether the naughty corner is open. Charles, you're working magic.
Actually, it's Jan who says, "Look what I've found." So those little icons are available on YouTube as well. Hey, I see that Sandra has joined us tonight as well. So
That's Sue Sanders.
That's great. Yeah, I don't think we'll have a naughty corner tonight. It's just
Facebook's going to be in the naughty corner.
because everybody would be in the naughty corner that's coming in late from Facebook. So we're so glad you all joined us over here. I'm starting to calm down a little bit.
Now, in the true, so we had, wasn't that a thrill, kind of looking back on summer? A new day, hey, the autumn is here. But how about a song just about summer itself? and a wonderful tune by Chad and Jeremy called A Summer Song.
And we're going to send this one out to Lauren because he initially requested this, I think it was maybe last year, and it's such a beautiful song.
Trees swaying in the summer breeze, showing off their silver leaves as we walked by. Soft kisses on a summer day, laughing all our cares away, just you and I. Sweet, sleepy warmth of summer nights, gazing at the distant lights in the starry sky. They say that all good things must end someday. Autumn leaves must fall. But don't you know that it hurts me so to say goodbye to you? Wish you didn't have to go. No, 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 no. And when the rain beats upon my window pane, I'll think of summer days again and dream of you. They say that all good things must end someday. Autumn leaves must fall. But don't you know that it hurts me so to say goodbye to you? Wish you didn't have to go. No, 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 no. And when the rain beats against my window pane, I'll think of summer days again and dream of you. And dream of you. Chad and Jeremy, my goodness. They have a lovely 12-string guitar in that song. I'll have to, the next time we do it, I'll have to get the 12-string out and figure out what they were doing.
Maybe we could do that in our 60s show this Friday.
Good.
Because that
Maybe.
is a 60s song.
It is a 60s song,
Hey,
absolutely.
Let me just check here. I see Charles says the Facebook Live link takes you to last week's show. Isn't that interesting? It must have just been looking for a show because we couldn't get it to link to our
Weird.
one this week. So
They change stuff and they don't tell you, and
Yeah.
then sometimes it just changes back a day later. Last time this happened,
last time this
it
happened,
just changed a day later, and we were trying to, you know,
troubleshoot
find the
it.
solution and troubleshoot, and then one day, just like, oh, okay, we'll put it back to what it used to be. But anyway, hey, enough about that. This next song, it's a song, lovely song written by me, called
If you
Ochre
do
River.
say so yourself.
If I do say so myself. And it evokes memory of memories of many seasons. But it's also, it's a love story, and it uses the seasons and the passing of the seasons as a narrative to tell the story. And so we thought it would be a nice one to fit in here because we talk about summer and winter and all kinds of seasons and stuff like that. From our Darlings of the Open Stage CD, our very first one, which is now 18 years old, believe
Is
it
it
or not.
really? Oh my goodness.
Or maybe 17, it's just young.
One more, that should be okay. that's close enough,
Yeah.
right?
As they say, we don't tune for ourselves, we tune for the audience, but she tuned for both. But it makes you sound like, oh, that's good, they're doing that. 2, 3, 4. Ochre River, can you hear me? I've lost the one I love, and I'm quickly sliding out of reach. Ochre River, have you seen her? She's the one you brought my way when we found each other on your beach. Still remember when I first saw her, walking on the shore, playing with the ice while she would sing. We were young and oh so foolish. We leapt along the floes as the winter melted into spring. Ochre River, can you hear me? I've lost the one I love, and I'm quickly sliding out of reach. Ochre River, have you seen her? She's the one you brought my way when we found each other on your beach. Came the summer, we'd sit for hours, watch you quickly flow down from Riding Mountain in the south. As the night fall, we'd hear the wolves call. We'd hold on so tight while you ran off in the night. Ochre River, can you hear me? I've lost the one I love, and I'm quickly sliding out of reach. Ochre River, have you seen her? She's the one you brought my way when we found each other on your beach. Then the leaves changed, things got rearranged. Cold was in the air, bringing in a frost over her heart. And came the day that she would say she had found another, and it was time for us to part. Ochre River, can you hear me? I've lost the one I love, and I'm quickly sliding out of reach. Ochre River, have you seen her? She's the one you brought my way when we found each other on your beach. Ochre River, don't take her away. Ochre River, don't take her away. Ochre River, don't take her away. Yes, the wonderful winding and rambling Ochre River, all the way from northwestern Manitoba. Yeah.
An Ochre River, ochre is a color that's like red. And interestingly, I didn't know that, to be honest. I think I was thinking okra as in the vegetable, and when we put it on our album, I think we have it right beside our song Red River.
Yeah.
And I thought, what an interesting little thing that was. Ochre River, which is a red river, right beside the other song called Red River.
And the Red River in Manitoba, which originates in Red Lake in North Dakota, it's not red. It's brown. It's and muddy. So, but it apparently in certain lights, the early indigenous peoples that lived there, it would kind of look red sometimes. So
I didn't know
the
that.
name kind of became red.
I knew it wasn't red, but I wasn't sure what the history behind that was.
It's a nice muddy river. It's not a clear blue stream, as you might expect. But you know what, folks?
Just before we go on, Martin says, time to get those kalimbas on standby. So any of you who have your kalimbas at home, heed Martin's advice.
Now this is, as we all know, not a kalimba, but
No.
we are fairly predictable, and we Martin is
He's
transmitted our every move, and Martin is one of the first to catch on to us in our pattern.
All right.
Area.
This is a song that it's not particularly about fall, but it's kind of about changes, you know. And I wrote this. I was thinking about how, as we move through life, you know, often we think we have everything figured out. We figure we know exactly where we're going. And then you make a change. And sometimes it's a change that you intend to make. And other times it's a change thrust upon you. But what it means is that you have to keep moving forward. And I kind of believe that if you do keep moving forward along whatever path you're presented with, eventually you're going to get where you're supposed to be. And that's what this song is all about. It's called Long Road. Ooh.
Oh.
Just have one look at it.
Okay.
That's okay. It's just my slippery fingers. I'll take the long road if it's the right road. It might be the only road that takes me to where I want to be. And if I miss my exit, I'll just take another. I'll just keep on driving till I get where I'm going. I thought I was certain of where I was headed. I thought I knew just where I needed to be. But then I took a new road in another direction. So I'll just keep on driving till I get where I'm going.
if it's the right road. It might be the only road that takes me to where I want to be. And if I miss my exit, I'll just take another. I'll just keep on driving till I get where I'm going. And if I miss my exit, I'll just take another. I'll just keep on driving till I get where I'm going. And who knows where that's going to end up, right?
I call that my gray wool socks around the fire song, because when we recorded it, we had Dave Lang playing the double bass, and Kevin McQueen did a wonderful job on the piano. And it was just had that nice little roll thing. Just picture yourself around a warm fire in the autumn, right? Because summer's over.
And you can
with the
listen.
fireplace and with your feet up on the coffee table, it's probably
With gray wool socks.
with your gray wool socks. Isn't that great? Just
And-
imagine, isn't that a wonderful image? And there doesn't have to be antlers over the fireplace or anything. It can be a picture of your family or what have you.
And you can listen to that song as it's recorded at sueanddwight.com. That's our website. And we have all our recorded music there, actually, where you can listen to it and where the lyrics are and everything, and all sorts of other interesting stuff there.
Stories behind the song.
Stories behind some of the
Astonishing
songs.
stories. Behind.
And while you're there, I'm just going to sneak in this little public service announcement. While you're there, there's an open guitar case picture on our front page, on our home page, and it says tips appreciated. And if you click on that photo, it'll take you to a page that has all the information about our virtual tip jar. We don't charge a cover charge for our shows, but we do have a tip jar, and if you do enjoy yourselves at these shows and are able to, we appreciate it very much if you visit our tip jar. So thank you in advance for that. All right.
We did want to also just a shout out on the weekend on Saturday. We played at a band gig, the 60s folk sing-along band with Tony on bass and Henry singing with us. We were up in Uxbridge, Ontario, which is just over an hour out of Toronto, an old town, but it's not a very big town. But the music hall that we played in was built in 1910. It had about 300 seats. One of these beautiful, beautiful buildings. You can see pictures of it on the Facebook page, and we have video of the show. So
Yes, I will be posting some video.
We're
I
going
just haven't had a
to
chance.
figure out a way to kind of publish that, because there's 2 hours. We played
We won't
25
publish
or
all of them,
26
but-
songs, and just had a great time. So thanks to Mike and all the people out there in Uxbridge for a great night on Saturday.
All right, and
oh.
Martin has spotted the kalimba, and he says that kalimba can only mean one thing, and that is Poetry Corner. Poetry Corner, for those of you joining us for the first time, is just a short little segment in the middle of our show where I read a poem, usually one that I've written. And today I'm going to read one that I wrote a few months ago called Wandering. Some days are meant for wandering, no schedule, map, or plan. Heading out, no destination in mind, the world at your command. Some of my best experiences have started out this way. A blank calendar page with no to-dos becomes a perfect day. Whether at home or far afield, when the urge to wander strikes, I know that when I let the day unfold, the outcome will delight. It's how we discovered Toronto and fell in love with our new home. Wandering aimlessly through the streets, it's a perfect place to roam. You know, now that I think of it, I wander through life itself. I hope not having plans is okay. Only time will tell. So I think I am a wanderer.
Little wanderer.
I
There
am
you
a
go.
wanderer.
Tell
I'm
Shannon.
not good at making life plans, so I just kind of roll into things, and luckily so far it's served me okay. Well, Martin says, oh, has Martin said, snap, 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 don't forget to play us out, Dwight.
There we have it.
There we go. The kalimba is an African instrument, just a really lovely little...
Traditional African.
A traditional African instrument, just a lovely sound.
So this next song is one of Sue's latest and greatest. It's almost done.
Almost
done.
recorded.
I thought it was going to be finished in August, but we got a little bit sidetracked there. But I was just listening to the tracks of this one and Real Good Day today, and they're sounding great. So I just need to nail myself and my seat down behind the mixing board. Get her done. Actually, we need to get some final vocals too. So
Yes.
you got to get her done.
I just did
You
a
both gotta
scratch
get her done.
vocal on that one, so I need to hunker down and do a final vocal. But it's a song called This Perfect Day, and I thought it would actually go well with that poem, about wandering. And, for me, the fall is kind of my favorite season of all, because I'm not very good in the heat and humidity, so I always kind of look forward to the little bit cooler sweater weather. But that's not what this song is about. This song is actually about sort of reframing things so that maybe looking at them through a different lens can make things a little brighter. And, you'll hear all about it in the song. Sorry, I'm not up high enough, sorry.
Whoop.
Sorry. I forgot, this is the one that I keep way, way up here, just to make sure it's... Okay.
Hey, boom.
Some think I'm a dreamer with my head in the sand, but I'm not afraid to take a stand. I will fight for what is right, and I won't let it drag me down. I just put on my rose-colored glasses, see the world this way. Beautiful hues of pink, replacing shades of gray. Clouds of candy floss, raining pink champagne. And I can't help but smile on this perfect day. When the news is bad and nothing's going right, and everything becomes a fight, tempers flaring, nobody caring, and it becomes too much to bear. Put on some rose-colored glasses. Trust me when I say you will see the world in a different way. Orchards of cherry blossoms, streams of pink lemonade, and just like that, it's a perfect day.
way that it should be. It may be temporary, nothing stays the same, but in that moment it's a perfect day.
Put on those
Rose-colored glasses, see the world this way. Beautiful hues of pink, replacing shades of gray. Clouds of candy floss, raining pink champagne, and you can't help but smile on this perfect day.
We can't help but smile on this perfect day. This perfect day. This perfect day.
Yeah.
It really, you know what, it really does help to kind of reframe things, you know. I was feeling, when I realized we were going to have an issue with the streaming on Facebook, I was thinking, oh, what a disaster. But, you know, I'm looking here and I'm seeing that so many of our friends followed us over here to YouTube. And
Any new people? Usually you keep us appraised as to who's joining us in the house.
oh, you know what? I'm just gonna scoot back and see if I see any different names. But what I was gonna say is that, you know, when you look at it through this, it's just like, wow, this is wonderful. It is a perfect day. I mean, you managed to find us and you're here, and we just appreciate that so
Well,
much.
you did send a link, right? So
Some people wouldn't have seen that
Wow.
link. They would have had to have you know,
going
scooted
knocking
around
on
to
doors.
find
Hey,
it.
is there Living Room
So,
Live on
yes,
in here?
I was trying to put a link on the other page, and I just couldn't get it done, unfortunately.
So,
All right.
folks, we have, talk about turning the page. This is one of the best turning the page songs. And the very first line of the song, all the leaves are brown. Man, does that tell you that summer's over or not? And then he fast forward into winter, and I think I may have tipped my
Tipped
hand
your hand as to what
as to
song
what
we're
the song
doing.
that we're doing. But it's you may have heard the band Mamas and Papas. I loved Mad Magazine. They were so irreverent in the 60s and before that. How many of you used to read Mad Magazine? It was always best when you were a kid. But they did
I loved Mad
they did a
Magazine.
spoof on rock groups and stuff, and it must have been in a late 60s issue. So they had the Mamas and the Papas came out, and so they had one group, the Babas and the Gidus, which is in Yiddish and Polish and Ukrainian, the grandmothers and grandfathers. So they would do funny stuff like that, and Eugene and the Eunuchs. I thought that was pretty funny at the time. 14-year-old.
Boy, I can't believe he remembers stuff like that kind of detail from something like 50 years ago.
Well, we'd go on these car trips, right? You live in Winnipeg, and we were doing our car trips at the time, so we would drive all the way to the Rocky Mountains or all the way to Montreal for Expo 67. Went to Chicago, and those are long distances. You end up reading that same edition of Mad Magazine a lot. So, but here we go.
All right.
Wonderful song. Please sing along. Oh no! We're going to start this right. All the leaves are brown,
All the leaves are brown,
and the sky is gray.
and the sky is gray.
I've been for a walk
I've been for a walk
on a winter's day.
on a winter's day.
I'd be safe and warm
I'd be safe and warm
if I was in LA.
if I was in LA.
California dreaming
California dream
on such a winter's day. I stopped into a church, I passed along the way. Well, I got down on my knees,
down on my knees.
I pretend to pray.
I pretend to pray.
You know the preacher like the cold,
Preacher like the cold
he knows I'm gonna stay.
knows I'm gonna stay.
Well, California dreaming such a winter's day. All the leaves are brown,
All the leaves are brown,
and the sky is gray.
and the sky is gray.
I've been for a walk
I've been for a walk
on a winter's day.
on a winter's day.
If I didn't tell
If
her
I didn't tell her
I could leave today.
I could leave today.
California dreaming
California dreaming
on such a winter's California dreaming on such a winter's day. California dreaming on such a winter's day.
California dreaming
On such a winter's day.
something like that.
I think that was
I was trying to cover off for both Michelle and Mama Cass and doing little bits of each of their parts.
When we had started, I mentioned our 60s folk show, we were realizing that, it was all about the folk revival, which ended around 65. And then we were realizing, that as a live performance show, a lot of folks who were from the earlier part of the era were not going out to live music. So if we needed to update the show a little bit if it was going to be viable. So we created a show called Get Together, and we started doing more back half of the 60s songs. So we were drilling California Dreaming with Henry
With
and Tony.
Henry, yes.
And we did a lot of it, and so it got in our bones, but we haven't played it a lot in the last 6 months, and it's amazing when we were rehearsing it, we thought, wow, did
Well,
we
the
ever
other thing
kind
is
of lose our...
I was trying to remember which parts Henry was singing, which parts I was singing. It's funny, that extra voice gives you so many more possibilities. Hey,
Yes.
let me just take a moment here. I just zipped over to the event on Facebook, and even though it's not showing there, I see that Marlene from California is tuning in, so that's great. And Ted from Coburg, and Annie from near Legal. So that's wonderful.
I'm glad you found us, yeah.
Yes.
Everybody's finding us everywhere, my goodness.
This is very interesting, but and my computer is just being a little bit of a brat. All right, and just back here on
On our TubeUbe.
on our YouTube. All right, here we go.
So
This-
another song that signals the changing of the seasons, it's a song I wrote a while back, and Martin, it will be next in the studio hopper for sure. It's called
Yes.
Tuxedo Kicks.
Martin mentioned he'd love to hear the
Yeah.
recorded version of this, so
And
we're going to work
it's-
on it.
It's a song I wrote really about the friendships you have when you're a teenager, and you spend a lot of time outside, and it seems that these early autumn days really started to resonate a lot. Back to school, meeting new friends, renewing old friendships, and just walking around the neighborhood and getting into trouble. And great thing to do in September, a great song to sing when summer is over. Here we go. There you go. A bit in the city, a bit on its own, a bit of a sleepy, rich little town, the home of old money. In came the few, crossing the tracks, home of the new Tuxedo Kicks. We walked along shoulder to shoulder in the fall moonlight. Tuxedo Kicks. Well, I see you again in Hubeck Park next Saturday night. Well, kids are just kids, so it was hard to have known, while the rest of the city would always talk us down. Though we weren't our parents, our lives yet to be lived, people would say, there go those Tuxedo Kids. Tuxedo Kicks. We walked along shoulder to shoulder in the fall moonlight. Tuxedo Kicks. Will I see you again in Hubeck Park next Saturday night? We were too innocent for our own good.
never really had to leave our neighborhood. But when the boys from the base came around, we grew up fast and always stood armed. So we kept to our rec rooms, we never strayed far. Walked down Mount Batten and turned up on Bower. Back to the pump house, along Cuthbertson, to the rink to see Elvis when the flooding was done. Kids with a cottage would be gone all summer, back at school to check out the newcomers. Another year older, some things never change. Stink bomb is broken, must be catching again. Tuxedo Kicks, we walked along shoulder to shoulder in the fall moonlight. Tuxedo Kicks, will I see you again in Quebec Park next Saturday night? Tuxedo Kicks, we walked along shoulder to shoulder in the fall moonlight. Tuxedo Kicks, will I see you again in Quebec Park next Saturday night? Na 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 na. Every bit of that is true. We were back when we were in Winnipeg in the summer. We went back to Quebec Park, and I don't know if the kids walk around the streets like they used to and hang around the parks, or whether they're all at home going. I don't know. I shouldn't make fun of the new generation. They're going to be our future.
They're our future, and they would make fun of you
guys. They're going to be looking after me when I'm old. So well, hey, folks, we are down to our last song. Thank you so much for joining us and for working with us through these technical things. Yeah. The last time, like we mentioned, they came up, and this sometimes happens with Facebook and stuff. They'll make changes, and then things won't work for a day or two. Then all of a sudden, they magically change.
So, and regardless of whether they magically change in a couple of days or not, we will make sure that we find an alternative solution before the next show, because we just didn't expect this to happen. So we weren't didn't have a backup plan, but we will have a backup plan if we run into it again. But I'm going to look optimistically and feel that it will correct itself by tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Now,
all right.
What else says changing of the seasons other than the harvest moon and Neil Young?
Neil Young. This is a song from, I don't know, was this 80s or 90s? Lauren, I don't know if you can give me that information. I thought I usually write that sort of thing on the notes we have so that I remember, but I completely forgot what era this one was from. I'm thinking it was 80s or 90s.
I'm going to guess 80s, because he did his LP Harvest. That was pretty big in about 76.
Well, let's see. Lauren will help us out with the facts on that, I'm sure. So let's start playing.
No, I'm actually totally wrong. Don't listen to me.
Don't listen
Lauren,
to me. Lauren, we need you.
Come a little bit closer, hear what I have to say. Just like children sleeping, we could dream this night away. But there's a full moon rising, let's go dancing in the light. We know there's music playing, let's go out and feel the night.
Because I'm still in love with you, I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you
On this harvest moon. When we were strangers, I watched you from afar. When we were lovers, I loved you with all my heart. But now it's getting late, and the moon is climbing high. I want to celebrate, see it shining in your eyes.
Because I'm still in love with you, I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you
On this harvest moon.
Because I'm still in love with you, I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you
On this harvest moon.
I am just going to take a quick. Oh, I see. Lauren says 1992. And then Kim says, yep, 1992. Lauren beat me to the answer, but I looked it up by grabbing the actual CD, old school. Oh, and I see. Oh, and Martin says, I will also say 1992 in case they miss Lauren and Kim's answer so that I get all the full credit. Oh my gosh, I can hardly wait to read all your comments, which we will do now after the show. Unfortunately, on YouTube, we can't answer back the way that we do on Facebook, but we will enjoy it just the same. So thank you so much for leaving all those comments, for being here with us tonight. And we have another show to tell you about.
For this week.
For this week, wow. Yes, in 2 days. We'll be doing our 60s folk sing-along. So that's on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, so whatever time that is in your neck of the woods. And we'll be doing our folk sing-along. And at that show, we sing songs from the 1960s folk scene. And we actually got a number of requests in over the past week for that. And we're quite looking forward to the set list that we've pulled together based on those requests.
Ted, Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Yes, Ted, we've got some. Peter, Paul, and Mary will be well represented. So yes, thank you everyone for being here, and it's just so wonderful to spend the evening with you. And I guess we should let them go. We're going to make our dinner, read all your comments, and thanks again, everyone. Everybody keep taking care, and we'll see you hopefully Friday.